Hey gamers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Ashnava Gaming and welcome back to the Witcher 1 Enhanced Edition. So in the previous episode you might remember that we were there in the trade quarters and we helped Alvin from the kidnappers, Salamandra kidnappers, and we had to take a very great decision. What was the decision? If you want to know what is it, then you have to watch the previous episode. Now, in the previous episode I also said in the end of the previous episode that we are going to go to the new Narakot Inn and we are going to take part in the party. But guys, I have changed the idea for now. What we are going to do is, in this episode is going to be a special reading episode. That's right. I have finally decided and I have finally bought all the books from the antiquary except this one. We have to buy it. I'm going to read one or two of these books and I'll get the money for this final one. So yeah, I'm out of money, but I actually want to know the lore and everything about this game. So let's do this. Okay, so this episode is going to be a special reading episode and nothing else. Alright, let's go. So the very first one. Recent history. The work deals with the Nilfgaardian War, its causes and consequences. Anonymous. Recent history. Field Marshal Kohun's strategy failed when his flanking maneuver was stopped by the heroic Visiman infantry led by Governor Bronibor, though they paid dearly for their heroism in blood. Okay, while the Visimans resisted, Nilfgaard's left flank crumbled. Some began to flee while others banded into small groups to defend themselves as they were surrounded. The same soon happened on the right, where the tenacity of the dwarves and mercenaries finally broke Nilfgaardian's momentum. Sorry. So this is the times when Nilfgaard were trying to flank. Field Marshal Kohun's strategy was to flank, but Visiman infantry stopped them. The same soon happened on the right, where the tenacity of the dwarves and the mercenaries finally broke Nilfgaard's momentum. A loud cry of triumph rose on the battlefield as the hearts of the royal knights filled with new courage. Nilfgaardian spirits fell, the man's hands went limp and our warriors began cutting them down. Okay, so pretty much Temerian soldiers are winning over here. And Field Marshal Menno Kohun realized that the battle was lost as he saw his men being killed and dispersed all around. His officers and knights came to him leading a fresh horse, urging him to flee to save his life. But the Nilfgaardian marshal's heart was fearless. It wouldn't be right, he said, refusing the reins. It wouldn't be right to run like a coward from the field on which, under my orders, so many good men have fallen for the Emperor. Oh. History. Solitaire, she gave birth to a daughter 3 years after the wedding of the famous Falka rebellion began. Even the pregnant Riyadh was accidentally captured. She gave birth to twins. Yeah, we have read this one, right? The first Nilfgaardian invasion began 10 years ago after crossing the Yaruga River. The Black Ones attacked Sintra. The capital was taken by surprise, its citizens were slaughtered and the queen committed suicide. Brugge, Soden and Temeria stood against Nilfgaard. It seemed the Nilfgaardian offensive was unstoppable, but the three states managed to halt it at the Battle of Soden. Although 22 mages fought the northern kingdoms, 14 of whom died. 22 mages! Yet in the end, it was the mages who negotiated a truce. After 3 peaceful years during a meeting of the Brotherhood of Sorcerers, there occurred a schism on the organization as members fought each other. As a result, many died and the Brotherhood disbanded. At the same time, the Imperial forces attacked the northern kingdoms. The kings were divided, arguing and couldn't face the Nilfgaard on their own. King Foltest signed a truce with the Black Ones, yet it proved short-lived. The Imperial army pushed forward and was not defeated until the Battle of Brenna. The victory proved pivotal, reminding of the feuding rulers that Nilfgaard is not invincible. The kings of the north reunited and faced the Black Ones together. Finally, a peace treaty was signed, changing the balance of power in the world forever. Ooh. There are also some characters as well. Let's check this out. I concluded that I concluded that it would be best to leave Alvin in Trisk. She saw my choice as proof of my trust. She decided I liked her more than Shani, which only improved our relationship. I have a feeling Siegfried is starting to see through his own misapprehensions, he realized that killing monsters will not eliminate all the evil of this world, and his duties towards the order sometimes force him to choose the greater of two evils. By the way, guys, we also met Vatala, a talking ghoul. Alvin. I met Alvin again, this time in Old Vizima. Both Triss and Shani wanted to take care of the boy. After some consideration, I left him with Triss. You mean that house was in Old Vizima, or it might be the part of Old Vizima? Okay. Formulas, no new formulas, no new ingredients, nothing else. Glossary, history. Okay. So we have read this one, right? Recent history. Let's sell this to this antiquary.
What you?
Recent history is just 8. And I bought it for like, how much? 50 might be. Or I read this. 50 or 40? 40. Okay. Fairy Tales and Stories, a collection of folk tales describing monsters, sorcerers, and witches from a simple man's point of view. Florence Delany. Then the fairy said to the witcher, I will tell you what to do. Put on a pair of iron shoes, pick up an iron staff, walk in the iron shoes to the end of the world, pat the ground before you with the staff and sprinkle it with tears. Walk through fire and water, do not stop, and do not look back. And when your shoes wear out, and when the iron staff shatters, when the wind and the heat dry your eyes so that you cannot shed another tear, then you will have reached the world's end. You will found what you seek, what you love, you will have found, perhaps. And so the witcher walked through fire and water without looking back, but it took neither the iron shoes nor the staff. It took only his witcher's sword. He did not heed the words of the fairy, and that's a good thing because she was an evil fairy. Mages. Simple folk failed to differentiate between witches, sorcerers, and witches. Anyone who wields magic is regarded as suspicious. In the wake of the rebellion, the mages retained their influence. Many of them retained royal. Oh yeah, okay, I've read that one. Okay. Anyone who wields magic is regarded as suspicious and godless, but the better educated and those who dwell in large cities know to treat mages with due respect. Okay. Then what about witches? They are freaks. Okay, fairy tales. I've read this one. Here you can have this one as well. And finally, I've got enough money. Swamp plants. I am left with 7 oranges. Just 7 oranges. Okay. The book describes celandine, beggartick, and fool's parsley as well as the methods of obtaining alchemical ingredients from these plants. Fool's parsley leaves. Just one! The fleshy leaves of a swamp plant. That's it. And I spent freaking like 400 for this.
What you?
Here. And I'm going to get 80. Fine by me. Here. Okay, let's check out. The conjunction of the spheres. Let me just read these plants one. There's just going to be alchemical. A small book of minerals. The book provides data on the substances found in basic minerals which can be purchased from alchemists. Including sulfur, Guinness acid, whinstone, Neeson salts, calcium, aqueum, and phosphorus. Alchemy substances. Sulfur, whinstone, Neeson salts, phosphorus. Then this one, ritual plants. A herbarium dedicated to ritual plants, providing knowledge required to recognize them and obtain alchemical ingredients from them. One to recognize allspice root, ergot seeds, wolfsbane, mandrake, hand hoops, and mistletoe. It also describes the methods for obtaining alchemical substances. Allspice root, wolfsbane, ergot seeds, mandrake root, hop umbels, hand, mistletoe. This is still useful. On the application of medical knowledge and criminal investigations. The reason I'm reading this alchemy first so that I can just give them away because they are just ingredients, nothing else. Phenowet and obtain alchemical ingredients from it. Phenowet. This is what the Scoia'tael group leader was actually asking me in the swamps. Subterranean plants. Grow underground, I guess. Green mold as well as methods of obtaining. Okay. That's it. Here you can have all the alchemical books. Don't need them anymore. E.T. 60 and 60. All of these books that he has, I have already read them. So there is no sense that I'm going to buy them, and of course I'm not going to. Oh, 1,000 freaking hell! The book that I got for free is of 1,000 orens. Oh goodness. Okay, The Conjunction of the Spheres by Adam Nivelli. The cataclysm commonly known as the conjunction of the spheres happened 1.5 millennia ago, a cosmic collision of several parallel universes. This disaster left numerous creatures not native to our reality trapped here. Okay, so a lot of universes collapsed into each other and a lot of creatures came over here. For example, ghouls and graviers, which lack their own ecological niches, are simply relics of the conjunction. The elves claim that humans also arrived in this world during the conjunction, meaning that we are not of this world. Usually, humans are of Earth and all the other people come from different places. This world is not of humans. Humans came over here. This occurs soon after they managed to destroy their own world. They have also claimed that it was during the conjunction that humans learned to use magic. Of course, these are all wild lies, okay, and false fabrications circulated by non-humans who will resort to the most malicious slander to justify their claims. Conjunction of the spheres. That means that the humans came to this world. That means that might be a lie. A cataclysm which occurred 1500 years ago, trapping in our dimension many unnatural creatures, including ghouls, gravies, and vampires. These beasts have no ecological niches of their own and are merely relics of bygone times. According to Elvin Lore, humans arrived during the conjunction, their own world having been destroyed. These human ancestors learned how to harness the power of primordial chaos, and thus the first human wizards were born. Looking for a place in the world, humans took up arms against the elder races, who were unable to withstand the barbarians and ultimately surrendered. This is how humans came to rule the world. That's why humans are now here at the masses. So everywhere it is humans. Elder races we have got, I guess, dwarves. Yeah, dwarves are one of the elder races. Elves might be the elder races. After no, elves are the eldest race. So gnomes, possibly elves and dwarves. These are the elder races, right? Mysterious. Okay. So due to this conjunction of sphere, whatever this natural phenomena is, because of this, hold on. Okay. Because of this, a lot of portals opened into this world, and a lot of these monsters and these people were spit on this place where elves and dwarves, all of these people used to live, but now humans have colonized this place, and now there are only humans and nothing else. Transmutations and metamorphosis. An intricate alchemical treatise presenting a theory concerning the animation of inanimate matter. By Adalbertus Aloysius Coxstein. Oh, metamorphosis and transformation. This is what that person, that alchemist from the trade quarters was talking about. To follow the example of the sorcerer from the tower, you first need to classify substances, dividing them into superior and inferior varieties. Only the former can be described by the theory of independence presented here. Inferior substances do not produce a chain of quasi-life structures, for their nature is substandard in quality and they cannot exist independently. However, it has been proven that they are paradoxically essential for the chain to exist in spite of their inferiority. The hypothesis of interdependence assumes that the chain of quasi-life must contain work substance of each superior element. Nonetheless, the chain structure proposed by Rafa the White has won too few places for them, namely only 5. If the chain were transposed and then transmuted, the problem would be easily solved. Alas, the first operation cannot be performed without damage to the chain's integrity. The only solution is to use a so-called reverse transmutation, which will eventually cause the chain to rotate. As a result of rotation, will 6 superior substances will constantly leave and join the chain without destroying it. From the holistic point of view, there will always be 6 superior substances occupying 5 places. The integrity of this solution lies in the chain having all the qualities of the 3 inferior substances. Thus, the paradox of interdependence or some way coexistence is no longer a problem. Unfortunately, since none of the modern works describe how to perform reverse transmutation, the problem of animating the inanimate remains unresolved. I seriously did not understand a thing in that book. Coxton is the author of many alchemical works, including a treatise analyzing attempts to animate inanimate matter, an activity known otherwise as constructing a golem. Okay. Apparently, the alchemist has been interested in matter for years. His convoluted style makes his work difficult to read. That's exactly. It's difficult to read. It's not in simple English. It's in science language. Cults and Religions of the Nordlings. A treatise on the religions of the Northern Kingdoms written by the Nilfgaardian Stefan Keller. Among the numerous faiths of the Nordlings, the most widespread is the cult of Melitele, a goddess in three forms: a young girl, mature woman, and old hag. Melitele is a mother goddess caring for her children. Primarily, women pray to her, though men in need might also utter supplications. The religion is a vestige of the old matriarchy and testifies to the weakness of the Nordlings. People who worship female deities are soft-hearted and incapable of preparing their sons for war, which I would not, I'm not surprised at all, as it is written by a Nilfgaardian person. Okay. In recent years, the cult of military has found a rival in the cult of the Eternal Fire, which came out of Novigrad. Clerics of the Eternal Fire demonstrate fanaticism, and almost complete devotion. The religion is hostile towards any form of otherness, including non-humans. The Order of the Flaming Rose is the cult's militant arm. That means that the cult of the Eternal Fire is going to go up against any other cult, whether it be Melitele, whether it be someone else. The treatise also examine other faiths, including the cult of the lion head spider. Yeah, I've heard about it. What the hell else? Cult of the lion head spider. Cult of Melitele. Back in the sewers, there was a guy, there was a person who died over there, and he had an letter or order something. Duality's letter, it might not be here. Letter of safe conduct issued by the city militia. Okay, it's not here, but he had a letter, and his letter had written some stuff about the cult of the lion head spider. And I also have a key over it. See? No, it's not this one. Yeah, rusty key bearing the image of the lion head spider. I don't know about it still. We see my symmetry pass. Okay, religion, right? Cult of Melitele. Among the numerous faiths of the Nordlings, the most widespread is the cult of Melitele, the goddess. There are, okay, in the three forms, and Kroon. Melitele is the mother goddess extending her care over her children. Her following is not solely composed of women, men pray to her as well. Clerics of Melitele preach love and peace. They run many hospitals, shelters, and orphanages. Coram Ekter, called the lion-head spider, is a cruel deity who expects blood sacrifices from his worshippers. Okay. The cult of the lion-head spider is banned, and there are but a few places in the world where its adherents can openly declare their faith. Temeria arrives to eradicate belief in the lion-head spider, and the cultists are tried as murderers. What about elves? Exist today between the races. Humans have their greatly from that of the elves don't discuss their faith in the presence of humans because they think the barbarians would be unable to grasp its philosophical and mystical subtleties. Most humans, on the other hand, don't care about elven beliefs. It is fact that some elves believe in Dana Mied, the mother goddess who seems to be an embodiment of the goddess Melitele. Okay. Zericanian insects and other other vermin. Describes exotic insects of Zericania and other abominations seen by the author of Mist Travels. Marco Knopf. Zericania, home of the venomous basilisk, has given birth to other equally hideous creatures. Among them are spotted spiders so huge that they trap elephants in their webs, and the no less terrifying flies, just flies. What's that? The flies are especially repulsive, laying their eggs in the human body. Seriously, that's gross. The resulting larvae maturing within the host head. The victim's brain serves as sustenance, and when the larvae turn into adult the flies, they leave the body through the eye sockets, now void of the previously devoured eyes. Freaking hell, what the frick? That's so gross, man. These and other vermin are born in far land of Zericania. Thank the gods that similar filth has not infested the northern kingdoms. Nothing! Exotic insects of Zericania, okay. I thought it might also unlock something, but it's nothing. Animating the inanimate. A scientific treatise on magical ways of building a golem. Bestiary entry of a golem. I already have a bestiary entry of the golem. Where is it? Monsters. Golem. I already have this. I just wasted my money on this. But that's okay. What that is. The road of no return. Koshai. Monster known as magically created monster. Koshai heart. Koshai heart. 15. Wine stone. Sulfur. Phosphorus. Nasal salts. Mistletoe. Mandrake root. Hop umbels. Hand. Green mold. Phenobed. Argot seeds. Allspice roots. Okay. Monsters, right? Oh. This is something dangerous. Occurrence. Caution. A mythical creature born of magic. Only a mighty mage who knows Ulzur's work can summon a Caution. Bro, Ulzur is such a dangerous mage. You know, I have heard about Ulzur multiple times now, and he is so dangerous that people use his work, his magic to summon monsters like this. Resistance to most effects, immunity. Susceptible to silver, this relentless killing machine has no need for tactics. Koshche. What, in your opinion, is the best way to describe a Koshche? Death. I'd call it death. Koshche, nothing. Okay. That's why they said the road of no return. Ornithosaurs. Information on the wyvern, the basilisk, and the cockatrice. Wyverns. Basilisk. Basilisk. That's a basilisk. Kind of looks like a chicken. But then again, cockatrice also has that chicken kind of. Somewhere it is written, right? Next, other roosters. Yeah, roosters. Where is basilisk? There it is. Basilisks choose dark and dampy places like caves and abandoned canal branches as their dwellings. Immune to most poisons, resistant to stun attempts. Sensitive to silver and ornithosaur oil. Basilisk's most dangerous weapon is its venom, one of the strongest known toxins, venom glands. Simple people call the basilisk the king of the Zericanian deserts and often mistake it for a cockatrice. Seriously? Okay, oh okay. They claim that the beast is filled with such hatred towards all living things that even its breath is venomous, and its glance turns the unwary to stone. In fairy tales, the only certain way to kill a basilisk by holding a mirror in front of its eyes to divert its deadly gaze. Witches reply that it's far better to smash the mirror on the creature's head. That's true. That's true. Okay, wyverns. Oh, wyvern live in the wilderness or near human settlements. They are natural element of an ecosystem. They are prized by druids who tame them. Resistance to stun and poison attempts, sensitive to silver and ornithosaur oil. They dive at their opponents, try to knock them down and poison them with venom, toxin and wing membrane venom glands. Wyverns are unlucky to be frequently mistaken for dragons. Seeing a reptile approaching a flock of sheep, peasants panic. They are expected to breathe fire, massacre everyone, and attack the local virgins. While it is true that wyverns hunt sheep, they neither breathe fire nor lay waste to whole villages, and they are completely indifferent to virgins. Okay. Ornithosaurus done. Forensic medicines. Nothing as well. Milo Vanderberg. Before beginning an autopsy, we must gather as much information as possible to help us interpret any marks we discover on the body. Okay, so this book is for autopsies. Just in case if we would have done an autopsy of a dead body, it is going to be this one. It is good to know who the victim was and what setting the corpse was found. Witnesses should be questioned and experts consulted. Well-conducted autopsy gives almost as much information as talking to the victim. We can learn when death occurs, circumstances, what happened to the body afterwards. We may also learn about the murderer, any objects used in the murder, and the manner of their use. A corpse cut with a scalpel is like an open book. Whoever examines the deaths and carefully tests even hypothesis, every hypothesis will understand it. Okay, this is adds the glossary, but I already know how to do an autopsy. Medical science. Autopsies, this one. The Tome of Fear and Loathing, Volume 1, Ghouls and Graveyards. There are also some scroll contain the formula for bomb, Dragon's Stream. Releases a cloud of explosive gas. King and Queen. Bomb magically evokes fear in opponents. Feel acute pain. Cranfluid oil. I know cranfluid oil by the way. King and Queen. Upon detonation, this bomb magically evokes fear. A King and Queen bomb is made by mixing ingredients from new measures of rubies and combination of each are high quality. Zerikanian wizards have mastered the dangerous art of crafting explosives. King and Queen is an example of their handiwork. Such a simple looking item and yet it is enough to send enemies scrambling, panic in their eyes. Dragon's Dream. The bomb releases a cloud of flammable gas which causes a destructive explosion when ignited. Made by mixing ingredients providing 1 measure each of rabies, quebrith and vermilion. 2 measures of hydrogenium top quality black powder must be used as a base. Varies duration of effect depending on opponent attributes. The Zerikanian worship dragons, so it is no surprise this mixture, which releases a cloud of flammable gas, is named after the fearsome beast. Whoever detonates a dragon's flame is sure to conjure the spirit of the creature itself. Okay. This is also nothing. Ghoul and Graveyard. Okay, a lot of these books were scam, but at least we bought and we learned a lot. That's not the thing. We learned a lot as well. Here, now you can have all this book. At least I might end up with 500 orens. You can have these books, you can have these scrolls. I don't need anything else. 80, nice. 733 orens. Now you can have all this book. I have read it. So this antiquary is now useless. Now there is one more bookseller that is in the trade quarters, and definitely I'm not going to go to him right now. So okay guys, I think that will be it for this video. We're going to continue this in the next episode. So this episode was all about reading. And guys, in the next episode I promise you, we are finally going to go to the new Naracotte Inn to take part in that party, because it has been quite some time that we have not did any progress. But we learned a lot about the Witcher's history, this world's history in this episode. So okay guys, that will be it. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you love this video, make sure to like it, share it with friends, relatives, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching guys. Take care everyone and bye bye.